Yeah, we just finished the first part. We only got like 20 more, all right? Yes. You guys are going to get a prize after you get out. Like, yeah, you made it. Nah. No, it's going to be fun, though. Honestly, we're saving the best for last. All right, but let's give it up for the comics that performed those so far. Very good, yes. Jim, Brian, always good guys. Yes. All right, now coming up to the stage, this guy, you guys ever know that Nintendo game Super Mario Brothers and Luigi? This guy looks like Mario. Look at this guy. He looks funny, so half of the job is already done. Now he's going to do some jokes. Let's give it up for the one and only Bill Lackner, everybody! Bill Lackner!
Yeah! Thank you. One more hand for him. Now I gotta tell you, I mean, look like Mario and still can't get laid. It begs the question. I gotta ask you, Mike, how big your mushrooms gotta be to get laid in this joint? You know, tell me please, write me a note, send me. You know, I took my wife to the doctor the other day, found out she got split personality. Sucks for me. I can't score with either one of them. Oh my God, this is terrible. They send me up here after the likes of Darren Carter and the rest of these guys. You know, it's almost like sending Sleepy Dopey or Doc in after a 10-foot vibrator. It just doesn't work. You know. I forgot my old son. Shit! No, anyway. No, seriously. What I've got to do is I want to go and say thanks for having me out here. You know, because I'm doing this set for my 10-year-old nephew who died of leukemia. And I've got my sister-in-law out here, so if I blow this, it's really going to suck. You know, I took it, you know, I got to tell you about my wife. I'll tell you honestly. You know, I took her to the doctor, found out she had the split personality, can't score with her. Then I go and I ask her, I said, honey, what would you like for your birthday? And she said, nothing. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been married for 19 years. I wasn't falling for that. Again. This time was going to be different. This time was going to be special. I was taking her out, and I was treating her just like royalty. And I did. Treated her just like royalty. Took her to Burger King for dinner, and Dairy Queen for dessert. You know, they give me 7 to 10 minutes up here, and I often wonder, if I leave early, does that constitute premature ejaculation? Just a question. Had some anger issues a couple years ago, so I went to the doctor, and he suggested that I have this operation that he said would alleviate all my anger issues almost immediately. I'm curious, I had to ask, what kind of a miracle surgery is going to do that? He said it's called an optorectomy. What the hell is an optorectomy? Can you tell me, Michael? He tells me, he says, it's where we sever the nerve from your eye to your ass to get rid of your shitty outlook on life. Thank you. He got it! You know, the circus was in town a couple months ago, and I thought I'd take my family out for a real nice night, you know? So we got to the circus. There's this 150-foot ladder where the guy climbs onto the platform, and jumps into the bucket of water. Well, they decided they needed a volunteer and asked, now me, the big show-off I am, I raised my hand, so I'm climbing up this 150-foot ladder. I get to the top, I walk onto the platform, I look, you know, it was a lot harder to walk down that 150-foot ladder than it was to walk up. My wife, my mother-in-law, and myself were playing cards last week. My wife goes over and looks at my mother-in-law and says, you know, Ma, I'm really lucky to be married to Bill. He gives me everything that I want. She looks at me and gives me one of these looks and goes, bitch, please. Didn't I raise you better than that? You know, I got married at a really early age to my first wife. And I remember, I was naive. I don't know about Michael. Were you younger when you got married? Were you? Yeah. So was I. The night that my ex-wife and I got married, you know, that evening before we kind of got intimate, we were on the bed and I looked at her and I said, honey, am I your first? And I can remember. She looked at me, smile came on her face, the eyes lit up. She reached out her hand and said, why does everybody ask me that question? You know, I had a great sense of family when I married my ex-wife. I sensed they hated my guts, and I was pretty much on the money. You know, for my birthday one year, I ended up with a life insurance policy, a cemetery plot, and unlimited skydiving lessons. Parachute extra. You know, I remember the day that I went and I divorced my ex-wife too. I went and I gave up women for alcohol. But that shit didn't last very long. I kept getting my tallywhacker stuck in the neck of the bottle. You know, how do I want to say this very gently? I've had a really tough time when it comes to women. I mean, I took one to Disney World last week. I could not even get on It's a Small World. I couldn't measure up to Mickey's little ladder. You know, let me go and tell you, I'm going to leave you with one parting joke, okay? I was raised Catholic. I was so Catholic, I was an altar boy, all right? But I think my boyhood got ahead of me a little bit. I met this girl, we went all the way. And instead of me going out and bragging about my conquest, I go to my best friend's house. I said, man, we got to go to confession. He said, why? I said, just come with me. So we went to church. I walked in the confessional. I said, Father, forgive me for I have sinned. My last confession was 6 months ago. I've committed the following sin. He says, my son, what did you do? I said, well, Father, I went all the way with the girl. He said, Bill Lackner, is that you? I said, yeah, Father, it is. He said, all right, now I need you to tell me, who is the girl? Is it Karen Kowalski? No, Father, it wasn't, but I can't tell you. He said, was it Rosemary Anelli? And I said, no, Father, I can't tell you. He said, look, I know all the women in this parish. He said, I am going to find out who it is, so I'll give you another chance. Was it Annabelle Roselli? I said, no, Father. He said, fine. Last chance. I'm going to go and give you your punishment. Your punishment is you're banned from this church for 6 months. I want you to go home and think about what you did, young man. So I walk out of the confessional. I walk over to the pew where my friend is, and he said, so what did you get? I said, a 6-month vacation and 3 good leads. Guys, when you're at work, have you ever felt appreciated? I did. Last Friday, my boss calls me in when I'm leaving. And he says, Bill, I want to go, and I wanted to bring you in, and I want to give you this. And he hands me this card, and he says, it's a token of appreciation for the hard work you did. He said, we've doubled our profits. We've gone and doubled our productivity. And I said, well, thank you. So I took it. I went out to my house. I went out to the car. Didn't want to open it in front of him. Nice card, says thank you. You want to take bets on what was inside this thing? A 99-cent calling card. I mean, what did he want me to do? Call somebody who gave a shit? I mean, seriously, why would I get... Anyway, let me leave you with this parting one, okay, guys? I got this friend, and I don't know if you guys know a friend like this, or maybe you are a friend like this, but he's a sick bastard. This guy spends all his time at the sex shops, okay? So he walks in, the lady says, can I help you? He says, yeah, I want to blow it now. She says, okay, do you want male or female? He said, female. She said, do you want black or white? He said, white. He said, or she said, do you want Christian or Muslim? He said, lady, what the hell does religion have to do with this? He said, well, sir, I just blew the joke. I'm so sorry. Yeah, nice, thank you. 100,000 sperm, and you were the fastest, right? Anyway, no. Thank you. All right, I'm going to finish the joke. I don't care. No, thank you. No. He went up and he said, Christian or Muslim? He said, what does religion have to do with that? The guy says, well, sir, the Muslim blows herself up. That's what he said. Listen, take the guy, keep a smile on your face, and laugh in your heart.
Give it up for